being on the spiritual journey, you learn that your angels and guides are always there to help you. You are continually connected to the universe via your thoughts and emotions. But why are you told to stay in the high states of joy and gratitude to have that deep intuitive connection with the universe? Think of it this way: the universe, the angels, your soul, higher self, they reside in the frequencies of joy, peace, and gratitude. It's easier for you to hear them when you are also at a similar frequency. And this is why doing things like the gratitude exercise is helpful, because over time it raises your overall vibration to that frequency of gratitude and joy. So once your default vibration is at a high level, and I'm going to use the emotional scale spoken about by Esther Hicks in Law of Attraction. If you want to know more about that, just listen to my podcast from the 1st of June 2024. So once your default vibration is around, let's say, optimism, positive expectation and belief, so that you mostly have a positive outlook on life, then it's easier to listen to your intuition, which is your higher self, your angels speaking with you and giving you guidance. But when your vibration is at a low level, let's say you're stressed or worried a lot continually, then trying to hear the advice of your higher self or angels, it's like speaking with someone on a phone with high levels of static. Or they're driving, and the signal keeps cutting and dropping, and you can't quite hear what they say. There's fragments of sentences, and then the signal goes again. So if you're kind of worried, etc., if you're in those low vibrational states a lot, you're not on the same frequency. And so it's very hard to hear the guidance of your soul, your angels, via your intuition. But if you make the commitment to be grateful for something every day and you work on raising your vibrational level, if you give that intent, then you're moving your whole being to the frequency of your angels, and then the communication is clear. Then your gut instinct, your intuition becomes easier to listen to. It's like that phone signal is now as clear as a bell. So for me, I've been on this spiritual journey for many years now, and I made that commitment. I gave that intent to change my vibration so that I stay in the positive realms as much as possible. And I remember a few years ago, I did that gratitude exercise. I said, right, for the next 30 days, for the next month, I'm going to write down 7 to 10 things in my book for which I'm grateful every day. And sometimes it was like, oh, do I have to? I'm too tired to write down what I'm grateful for. But I made myself do it for at least 30 days. And because of these things that I've done, these exercises I've done, I find that my outlook now is pretty positive all of the time. I always kind of view things through a filter of positivity, whatever's going on. And because of this, I kind of use my intuition every day to sense what I should be doing, to sense how to manifest my goals. And I feel the nudges of the angels around me and I go with them. So because of the work I've done, the commitment I've made, I'm very lucky. I actually feel the presence of the universe, of the angels. They are around me all the time, guiding me and helping me. And I want you to know this is available to you. It's available to everybody. You could have the same thing. So if you want that knowing and feeling that your angels have your back at all times and you can ask them for advice and guidance in any situation, then give the intent and commitment to work on raising your thoughts and feelings to continually be at the high vibrational levels. And the gratitude one is great because it's so easy. You don't have to write it down. You could just think of 3 things every day if you want to. It's just a great way to raise your vibration. So this is a lifestyle change. You have to do this all the time, but over time, it becomes automatic. And as an analogy, let's think about learning to drive a car. Now, here in the UK, most of us learn to drive a manual car. And by manual, I mean we learn to drive with gears. Okay, so I remember when I learned to drive, I was very conscious those first few lessons. Got to put the gear into first and into second. You got to look at your mirrors. And so when you start to drive, you're very conscious of the car. You're very conscious of all the little things you got to do. And it's hard at first, but like most people, like if you're listening and you drive, you know that over time, after a few years now, you jump into the car, you drive to the supermarket, and half the time you're kind of thinking about something else. And you get there, it's become like a kind of an unconscious activity. You know exactly what to do when. And it's the same with this sort of thing. First of all, you've got to write your gratitude statements down. And it's a bit of a slog. It can be a faff. But the more you do it, the more you spend time on doing these exercises, the more your vibration, it's almost like your whole energy being starts to go to the vibrations of positivity, of gratitude, and you unconsciously become that wavelength, if you like. And it's like, now you go for a walk, and before you might have seen the weeds, yeah, but now you see that little flower growing in the corner, the colors, etc. So it's worth investing in this because your vibration will change dramatically over time. And you will find that your life will flow with more ease and grace as you give the intent and commitment to live in the high vibrations of gratitude and enthusiasm. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please hit the subscribe button if you enjoy these podcasts. Please leave a comment and also read the podcast description to learn about my free guided meditations and about the book I've written, which is all about how you can manifest your goals to live your ideal life. So thanks for listening, and I'll speak with you next time.